When I think about alignment is all-encompassing, right? And there's so many things that play into alignment.
Alignment for me is trying to take any organization, our cooperative or any other, and get everybody headed on the same path for the same reasons.
So my analogy is a car, and for a car to go straight down the road like it ought to, the front tires need to be aligned. The board of directors has set a path for Farm Credit East to follow, and the board of directors, having set that path, are responsible for making sure that it continues in a straight line.
The quarterly board meetings or our regular board meetings where we go over the financials and we have an opportunity to have executive committee time with our CEO, our chief risk officer on the audit committee, those sorts of things.
Help us to understand what's going on in the business, which allows us to then make better decisions on where they need to go to move forward in a good direction and keeping alignment with our members, our mission, and our staff.
Overall, when I think about alignment, I remember when my son was in the 4th grade orchestra, and those concerts were really hard to listen to. But a few years later, when they were leaving high school, that same group of kids could play beautiful music, and I think what happened there was they achieved alignment. And I think our Farm Credit Board is doing the same thing that allows us to quickly and efficiently move through the business of the day and spend productive time thinking about the long-term goals and direction of our association.
The nominating committee, in my mind, is one of the more important alignment tools that we at Farm Credit East have. The nominating committee is separate, independent of the board of directors, and I believe that's a critical way of making sure that those that end up serving as a director for Farm Credit East are brought up not by the directors themselves at all, but rather from the nominating committee and the general membership.
When I think about alignment, particularly in terms of enterprise risk management, I think about the board and in particular the audit committee working closely with staff and with the outside auditor to identify and mitigate risks that might pose a threat to the organization. And by working all together, we can identify them better than if we weren't all working together.
Having all the different committees really allows for efficiency so that some people can be have a little more expertise in certain areas than others.
We have 16 people with different skill sets, 16 people with different opinions. I think as long as you have a relationship and respect for everyone, you can very quickly coalesce around the ideas that serve that greater vision for the business.
I think it's very important to have an outside director on the board because it brings a different perspective to the customer owners of the bank. I think the thing I like about the Farm Credit East is that it is a co-op. Ocean Spray Cranberries is also a co-op, and I'm able to bring both my co-op background as well as my financial background to bear as a outside director of Farm Credit East.
So when I think about it from my perspective and the experience that I have, if you have a mission, if you have a vision, if you have communication,
relationships,
common purpose,
consistent language,
transparency, the understanding, the information, the knowledge, the trust.
that to me is alignment.